What good amid these, O me, O life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists. Life exists. Trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish. What good amid these, O me, O life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists.
Significant. Phase. Positive. Significant. Bitcoin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And good morning. We are here. We're here to set the tone. We're here to get after it. And right now, traders, it is currently, at this moment, 8 o'clock. So let's not kind of jump around the bush. Let's see right now at this moment, is there anything spiking, ripping, running, getting ourselves that could possibly start going on the big rip? 8 a.m., guys. Let's go. STAI. Little small microcap play. STAI right now getting a little bit of hype. We have straight trial into phase. STAI still has a little bit of hype. What about ESLA? I'm kind of bouncing around right now. Guys, NDRA also has a little bit of attention. NDRA talks about liver matches, clinical trials, kind of a quick spike and a quick dump. Maybe keep that on your back burner. I would just kind of put this one as more like back burner. Be aware of it. You know what I mean? So I would say, again, keep your eyes peeled over on NDRA in case it starts spiking. But it's definitely one at least I'd want you just be aware of. Do you guys see anything taking off at 8 o'clock? NDRA spiking, giving everything on back. How did yesterday close on off here, traders? I left the office around like 3 o'clock, so I didn't see the final hour. But I do want to see, how did CAPR close on off? CAPR is basically sitting exactly where it opened up at. I mean, traders, do you guys remember CAPR? Of course you guys do. Everyone is watching CAPR. CAPR, this stock went all the way from $6, spiked up to $30, ripped up to $40, came back on down to $22, and honestly, as you guys can see, for probably the last 14 hours, CAPR has bouncing off the 26, what is this area? $26 and has been going up towards around $31. So if you actually want to, again, break down CAPR, this would be the best way for every single trader. Just break down CAPR and at least just be fully aware of this play. When you take a look over on the past 24 hours of CAPR, we know that this was the #1 top gainer yesterday. We know that this came out with positive phase 3 trials yesterday. We know that we had Martin Shkreli short on CAPR. We had the entire internet watching CAPR. Unfortunately, CAPR turned into a Holt fest yesterday, where nearly every single few minutes, CAPR was spiking up and down and crashing and dumping. Like it was getting Holted nonstop. But if we want to take a look right now, the best way to trade CAPR is, say, when you get up near this red line, when you get up towards, let's just go with this price right here, boom, that's strong resistance. This price, boom, that's strong resistance. You can see again, where's support? $26, that's support. $26, that's support. $26, that's support. If you want to trade CAPR at this moment, look for dip buys at $26. Look for resistance at $31. If you want to look for a breakout, you're looking at the break of $31. If you're looking for a sell-off, you're looking for a crack underneath $26. That's the best way for you guys to be able to trade these stocks. That's the best way for you guys to be on top of these plays, at least just noticing them. So, right now here, team, PLRZ, #1 top gainer. Almost the same exact thing I'm talking about like just 10 seconds ago. Top resistance, $21.60. Bottom support, $15. I mean, traders, this whole entire play as well, it's the same exact concept. You hit the red line, you fall down to the blue line. You hit the red line, you fall down to the blue line. We are trying to stay alive above 15 right now. That's what's happening over on PLRZ. PLRZ is trying to stay alive over on this play. So PLRZ right here, what I would also do if I were you is put this in a downtrend. I think this makes perfectly good sense, taking a look at this downtrend right now, and to be able to say to yourself, hey, PLRZ, we have bearishness on this downtrend. If we break this downtrend, bulls are going to start coming on in. If we break this downtrend, buyers are going to start coming on in. If we break this downtrend, get ready for some more hype, get ready for some more excitement, get ready for a little bit more action. So again, PLRZ right here, this is a play that could easily start going from, if we want to kind of change your mindset a little bit on this, very simple and very easy is we go from bearish category, right? We're going from the bearish side right here to switching on over to the bullish side coming on up. So there's bearishness. Here we go. Switching on over to possible bullishness. So I wouldn't even do the big trend line, the big support and resistance right now. What I would instead do is look to see if we are at least going to get a bullish start, breaking onto some bullish mindsets. Because since, again, 4:45 this morning, 4:45, the last about 4 hours now, we have been considered bearish. Shorters have been in control. Sellers have been in control. We have not seen as much hype be able to move in on PLRZ, and we want to see if that hype is going to return. So a break back above $16 could easily start bringing in that excitement. Break above $16 could easily start bringing in that momentum in a little bit of a stronger manner. CTOR. Guys, CTOR getting a little bit of attention right now. CTOR, little bit of attention. Stock is creeping its way on up. New release of medication. So again, we'll see if CTOR could start getting a little bit of spike. I don't think there's anything going crazy just yet. CTOR, do you guys have anything going crazy? How's everyone feeling today? Hey, what's today? Is today Thursday? Today is Thursday, right? It is Thursday, December 4th. Right now at this time, let's have ourselves a day. Let's have ourselves some trades today. Let's set our target high. Let's go with a $1,500 target today, guys. Does that sound like a good plan? Does that sound like a good deal? $1,500 target today. Let's hit that target. Let's make it happen. And let's do everything we can to make sure, again, we come out on top. Let's get after it here, guys. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Deck, 2 more days till your big day. Yes, as I said here, traders, next week, I just want to make it perfectly clear. Next week, I will not be here, unfortunately. Next week, I will be in Hawaii the entire week. I am getting married on Saturday, and we are doing our honeymoon next week out in Hawaii. So unfortunately, I will not be live streaming. It is going to be my last day of live streaming, and then you guys will see me the following Monday. So just a heads up for every single person. I just want you guys to be fully aware of that again, today is my last day of streaming. And then, of course, tomorrow we kind of have this little party. Then again, on Saturday, we have the wedding. And then I'm going out to Hawaii for about a week. So then I will be back next Monday. So got a little bit of a break. Obviously, I want you guys to crush it. I want you guys to absolutely, again, dominate this market when I'm gone. If that means, hey, Deck, I don't want to trade without you in any sort of way, you could take the week off as well. If you're saying, you know what, I'm going to just dibble and dabble, do some small entries, you could do that as well. But the chat room is open. Obviously, again, communicate as a team. Work together as a community. That's what Tradecaster is all about. Working together, growing together, being able to bounce ideas off of each other. That's what you guys want. So, CTOR, traders, look at this. CTOR turning into a massive dumper. CTOR, guys, a massive dumper. Right back on down. PLRZ, remember, traders, we really want to see if PLRZ is going to squeeze that $16 area. I would say, again, that's kind of what I'm looking for on this downtrend, right? We've had, and sometimes it comes on down to a little bit of a 50-50. 50-50 with, against smart opportunity. Now, what do I mean by this? If you guys want to trade PLRZ, can you guys do it right now? And the answer is, you want to trade PLRZ, you can short this play right now. So if you wanted to short this play, you enter red downtrend. Now, what else do you need, though? You are going to have a stop loss. Your stop loss is going to be right here, which is going to be the black line that says, hey, if you short right now at the price of $15.60, $15.50 over on PLRZ, you must get out if the stock breaks above $16. Does that make it sound like a fair plan? That's, again, a way to trade. What else you could do is you can enter at the black line, where you say, okay, if we start breaking 16, I'm going to enter. But then, again, make sure you have a stop loss underneath that, maybe back out like $15.75. So again, you can move these lines around a little bit. Either A, enter at the red line, shorting it, have a stop loss if you go above $16. Or on top of that, what else can you do? You can enter at the black line and then again have a stop loss if again the stock comes on down towards like 1575. But right now, I would not be looking for long entries just yet. I would be saying shorters have control at this moment. Break of 16, you can give it a chance to go long. If it does get the reversal, you got to be able to get out and move on. Right now, shorters are trying to take it. So, that's what it all comes on down to at this moment. Understanding PLRZ, understanding both sides of PLRZ, understanding that shorters are going to try to keep this on a downtrend and other people are going to try to put it on an uptrend right now. KALA, not too much just yet. CMMB, guys, CMBM, a little bit of buying volume. You guys see this right now? CMBM, a little bit of buying volume at this moment. CMBM, stock's going from, again, 188 up towards around that 225-ish mark. I think we're pretty good on, kind of just making sure that we're all set. How's the overall market doing today, guys? S&P 500. We are currently sitting at the price of 684. Guys, the record highs are 689. Does anyone think those record highs are coming? Does anyone think those record highs are here? And traders, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this to gloat. I don't want to say this to, again, make people feel bad. But who else filled up at, again, the bottom dip right here? Back on 11-20. Right back on 11-20, back in this area. Again, I couldn't say it more. I was saying again, 11-20, every single person, please get yourself involved. Please do anything you can just to make sure, again, you are putting yourself in on the market. Let me see if I can find this here. This is back right here, X. Congratulations, everyone. You just survived the largest open to the close to the drop of 2025. So I believe this is where, right? Like even on November 20th, tariff crash, inflation crash, Trump crash, AI bubble, this crash, that crash. Every single crash is a dip opportunity. $70,000 going into the stock market next week. Let's DCA. This was posted November 20th at Lowe's. Look how we have recovered. So again, these are the things I want you to understand. When there is a crash, I'm not even going to say a crash, when there is a dip, emotion runs rampant. You can't stop it. You can't stop emotion. You can't stop the world from around you falling into a chaotic state. All you can control is yourself. You can control your emotion. You can control your fear. But you have to understand that everyone's going to say, oh, it's going to dump. It's the AI bubble. Traders, this is why I always understand. This crash, that crash, whatever crash, everyone always says, oh, things are going to keep on crashing here, right? So, this was right after. My predictions for the BEX entries. If we do see these, I am buying big. Basically, I just wanted to go over this whole entire things.
Success.
Let's see if I, do it. To do. Like this. This is another great post I put. For the history of the stock market, there has always been and always will be pullbacks and corrections. Every time we do see a correction, emotions and negative sentiment tends to run wild across Wall Street. We understand it is very easy to panic. People want to sell your position and start fresh, but the most successful investors hold through corrections and do the opposite of sell. They add. Think about it. Confidence and greed, that tends to be when stocks are at the highest. People don't want to buy when stocks are low because they go lower. But take a look right here. Every single time there has been a dump, every single time there has been fear, you can always go ahead and see a better opportunity. Central bank policy fear, Fed interest rates. Then we had, of course, the pandemic. Then we had inflation fear. Then we had tariff fear. And guess what we had right here? The AI bubble fear. Do you guys remember this? This was the AI bubble fear last week. And guess what? We loaded the boat. I put in $70,000 into my retirement account right there at this moment. Right? That. That's what, again, you have to understand, traders. And to be honest with you, it took me years to finally trust it. It really did. It took me years to finally say, you know what? I'm going to jump in on every time there's fear. And I've been consistently doing it now for probably the last 3 to 4 years. Last 3 to 4 years. And again, I've been stock trading for about 10 years. So I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be very blunt. I'm going to make myself look very bad at this moment. Probably for the first 4 years of my stock trading, whenever there was a pullback or dip buy, I would never enter because I would say, I'm going to wait for the big dump before I enter. If you're 20, 30, 40 years old and you're saving up for retirement and you're saying, you know what? I'm going to wait for the massive sell-off before, again, I get filled. Before I get filled, I'm going to wait for the 2008 dump, then I'll buy in. And guess what? It didn't happen, and the stock market goes higher. And it didn't happen, the stock market goes higher. And it didn't happen, and the stock market goes higher. And then 2020 comes, and the entire market falls and fades. And I say, this is it. This is the big dump. Okay, let it go lower. And I didn't get filled, and it starts bouncing its way back on up. And I say, I'll enter if it goes lower. And again, it goes all the way back on up. And I still missed that as well. So again, since 2020, for the last 5 years now, every time I see a dip, I buy. I don't care. Because the thing is, if it's a dip again in 2022, I'm buying. If it's a dip again during the tariffs, I'm buying. If it's a dip during the AI bubble, I'm buying. If it's a dip when we have, again, inflation, I'm buying. I don't need to wait for, again, a black swan event that's most likely not going to happen regardless. Any dip, I will constantly be buying. That's it. So that's the mindset that I want you guys to start getting. That's the mindset I want you guys to be able to start, understanding with all your trades to become better, right? So really get that mindset in you, because there will be these fear panics again. And every single time there's these fear panic times, every single person is going to start saying to themselves, oh, it's going to dump, but it's not. All right. Traders, I believe I read, hold on, I want to go back this morning. I believe there's a couple good things. Let's kind of do our little morning prep. Morning prep right here. Number 1, top growth stocks to watch in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, these are some of the most anticipated watch stocks. These are the ones that you guys want to be looking at. So top growth stocks to watch going into the new year: robotics, nuclear, space, quantum, batteries, drones, autonomous vehicles, fintech, cryptocurrencies, eVTOLs. These are all potentials that you guys are going to be watching. If I were you, I'd head over to Fox Runner. Make sure, again, you guys understand this whole entire move. Okay? Now, check this on out right here so that you guys are all good. What else do you guys realize? I don't know if you guys saw this or not. And I haven't watched the entire thing yet. I only watched bits and pieces. Now, Joe Rogan, very popular podcaster. A lot of people love him. Some people may not like him. I don't care. That doesn't, it's not like a political thing. This is not a political thing. And Joe Rogan had a very special guest on yesterday. Who is that special guest? It was the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang. Guess what? When the CEO is on Joe Rogan, you are going to want to listen. He was dropping gems about the future here. So, it says, Joe Rogan, fan or not, when the CEO of the world's most valuable company is interviewed, you want to listen. As an investor, this is a 2.5 hour long interview with some of the most interesting thoughts about the future of AI. One of our favorite segments is when Joe asked about the current bottleneck of AI. So, what do we mean by bottleneck? Bottleneck means what is the tight point? Like, what is limiting AI right now? So what's the bottleneck? Like, what is the tight point of AI that's not allowing AI to expand? And Jensen goes, in the next 6 to 7 years, we are going to see a bunch of small nuclear reactors. We will all be power generators, just like somebody's farm. So basically, what we have right here is he is saying the number one issue with AI is the fact that we just don't have enough energy with AI. And he goes, the number one thing I'd be investing in is nuclear reactors. Some sort of nuclear reactor, some sort of way to be able to say, hey, we need nuclear power. AI will go to nuclear power. So are mini nuclear reactors the solution to the impending energy shortage caused by AI? So if you guys have not watched this, obviously you guys can go to YouTube right now. Type in Joe Rogan and you guys can be able to watch the entire thing. But there are a lot of clips here. Like, you guys may have gone even on X last night. There's a ton of clips from investors of Jensen Huang saying, oh, robotics is going to be great. Oh, Elon Musk was the only person there for me when I first started. Oh, everyone should be investing into nuclear. Like that type of stuff. He talks about Trump, right? So it's like, there's a lot of things that you guys can go ahead, check on out here. Also, this right here. What else do we have? Interest rate cuts are on the way. Traders, this could help the Santa Claus rally begin. You guys have probably heard of the talk, the Santa Claus rally. Well, what do we have? Next Wednesday, expect to see rate cuts. Interest costs on U.S. debt are now equal to 24 cents in every government tax revenue. So the interest expense as percentage of collected tax has nearly doubled over the last 4 years. This comes as interest expenditures reached $1.24 trillion over the last 12 months, an all-time high. October alone saw a record $104 billion in gross interest, the highest interest of the month in history. The government needs to lower interest rates more than anyone right now. So, what we are seeing now at this time is you could take a look over on the CMEG Fed Watch tool, and we actually have right now an 89% chance that we are going to be cutting rates. Guys, about a month ago, this was down to around a 30% chance that we're cutting rates. I told you that December needs to be a big month. We already have hedge funds, institutions under their bottom line. I've gone into that spiel many times. I've told you many times that, again, the annual rate of these hedge funds and institutions are underneath what they usually project. Now, with that being stated, they are trying to pump money into the market. We are seeing banks pump money into the market. We're seeing Federal Reserve pump money in the market. And now the Federal Reserve is going to be cutting interest rates with 3 weeks left in the year. Could this be the start of that Santa Claus rally here? So, coming up towards record highs right now. We're going to see what we can get. We'll see what we can do. What else is happening? Sam Altman is looking to open up his brand new SpaceX company. Sam Altman has explored a deal to build competitor to Elon Musk SpaceX. Trader, Sam Altman has essentially turned into the new Jeff Bezos, the new Elon Musk's, the new CEO face. Sam Altman, for anyone who does not know, is essentially like the guy who started AI. He started ChatGPT. He started OpenAI. And he has his, hand in a lot of things. He has his hand in, again, Oklo, which is, again, nuclear reactors. He has his hands in world, has to do with, again, biometrics. He now is looking to start his own space company to compete with Elon Musk SpaceX. So, he's most likely going to be acquiring another space company already and then going to be trying to build it against SpaceX or Rocket Lab. So things that you guys want to look at. To do Google's free cash on up. Google has never been in a better financial position. Google right now has, look at Google's chart. Look at Google's chart over the past month. This thing has been absolutely insane. This thing has been absolutely dominating. We have been seeing so much like Google has stolen the show from NVIDIA. People are now saying Google's the new NVIDIA. Amazon's is getting beat down a little bit. Now, NVIDIA is great, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, Google has stolen the show here slightly. What else do we have going on with this day? A new politician entry. Insider Congress trades. A sitting politician just bought $350K of stock with a market cap of only $575 million. So basically, that's a very small market cap on a play. And he's buying $350,000 worth of stock. The stock is HY. So if you guys want to look into that a little bit more, HY. Take a look at this, guys. Interesting. What do we got? HY. This is a small play. HY has now gone from $30 up to $35, up towards $40, and it's because Insider Congress is starting to buy it. So you can actually see it right here. Insider Congress buying in on these plays. The news broke. HY now starting to squeeze its way on up. Kind of nuts to see. And now these are the press releases. Just a little heads on up. These are the press releases from this morning. CBIOS's press release. PLRZ's press release. Right? PLRZ again. talking about it. Main headlines of today. Want to make sure that you guys are all good. All right. Little heads on up. NMAO. NMAO, guys, just came out with the press release 8:25. NMAO. This might have just came out with the press release about 1 minute ago. Or MAMO. Sorry, I can't see with these glasses on. This one's starting to get a little bit of attention, is it? MAMO. MAMO. Little bit of momentum. We can keep our eyes peeled on this one. MAMO starts kind of getting a little bit of ripping and running. Stock just went from 440, shot up towards around 546. What was the press release that just came on out? MAMO expands formation of AI robotics division, automation, and smart system markets. All right. So again, maybe a little MAMO hype that we can continue to keep our eyes peeled on. We're getting ready for the 8:30 press release coming on up here in about 1 minute. Let's just make sure that we're all set, ready to go. We haven't seen anything take on off and hold, though, just yet, have we? No, we haven't seen anything take on off here just yet. We haven't seen anything kind of go crazy just yet. Traders, I feel like going long on something today. I kind of don't want to short. I want to find a big breakout, right? Hey, Tresadasa. Woo! Tresadasa. Thank you for, again, following me. I appreciate you. If you guys want your name to pop on up, again, that is linked through Twitch. So, again, this whole entire week, as you guys know, I've been live. I've been live over on, again, YouTube. I've been live on Twitch. I've been live on Kick. I've been live on Tradecaster. I've been live on X. Now, again, just a little heads on up. I want to make sure every single person is set, ready to go. I want to make sure every single person is fired up on this day. Oh, and that was actually a Kick subscription. If anyone's watching right now saying, hey, why should I click that subscribe button? And I'll give you your reason right now. Why should you click the subscribe button? Are you interested in waking up every single day with a handsome man laying right next to you? Okay, hold on. That was a bad start. Okay, maybe. Okay, let me think about this. Are you interested in waking up every single morning and seeing this face the moment your eyes open? Saying good morning. Get up, sweetie. If that's what you're into, hit the thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to get after it. Guys, we have been seeing a lot of fake out breakouts, haven't we? We've been seeing a lot of kind of like little pump and dump plays, haven't we? A lot of quick little pump and dump plays right here. I mean, I don't see anything that's actually been holding very well. PLRZ is trying to fight and stay alive. We got about again right here. 1 minute. 1 minute till the next press release wave. Everyone stay ready to go. 1 minute until the next press release wave, baby. Let's see if we can find something good. Let's see if, again, there's going to be a stock that's really going to wake up the people. That's what I want. I want to wake up my neighbors. I want to wake up the neighborhood. Guys, I'm going to be frank with you. People are scared of me in my neighborhood. They're nervous. They see me and they're like, I don't know what that guy does. He walks around. He doesn't have any pants on half the time. He has a dress shirt and a tie. He has some wacky hair. And I say, hey, neighbor, how you doing today? Immediately walks inside. Right now, let's get ready for 8:30. 8:30 is here. Let's see what we have, guys. 8:30. Successful completion. TNON? Nope, not there yet. What about agreement? PESI? PESI agreement? Nope, no sort of hype just there yet. Again, I'm watching to see. We have a partnership press release over on MENS. Agreement over on VIVK. VIVK is just too small for me. I don't care about a 10-cent stock, guys, to be honest with you. TBN, merger news. Or TBH, excuse me. TBH, some merger news. TBH reports again $1.9 billion on proposed merger. TBH, could we start seeing a little bit of hype? Discloses a valuation report of $1 billion on proposed merger with House of Doge. AM Trader, you're going long. Deckmar fanboy number 1, I love you. Hey, I love you. I love you. Thank you. TBH might be the best so far. TBH might be the best. Also, again, PLRZ traders. PLRZ is trying to break this downtrend for the first time here today. So again, if we don't see anything at the time of 8:30, we might see the mob start going over towards, let's say, PLRZ. Just because obviously you want to make sure that you're all good. So PLRZ, I want to see if there's anything spiking. Cala, PLRZ right here. PLRZ, we're watching to see if this one can break out of this. I mean, traders, take a look. We are definitely trying to get a little bit more bullishness in the air. I'm interested on going long on this one. I really am. I'm interested in seeing if, again, buying volume is going to move back in on this play. Traders, PLRZ, I kind of want to pull the trigger on the bullish side. To go rip and run maybe up towards like 17 or so, 1730. I mean, PLRZ is going from the bearish side to the bullish side. That's the thing right now. I don't see anything else spiking. You know, SLDPW, that's a warrant play. PMIW has no hype. HY, that was the one that was a politician play. Politician stock. CBIO, nothing there. MAMO, up and down. FLYE, nothing there. I just feel like if there's going to be a play here today, I could imagine a lot of attention, a lot of hype going over to PLRZ and trying to get this party started. Would you guys agree with me? Now, again, we do have support back on down towards like 1560, but I feel like PLRZ might be our only chance of success. So I kind of let's just keep our eyes peeled on this one right now. 8:30 in the market. Obviously, waiting and watching to see what we have. And let's see if we can kind of build. Let me look to see if there's anything else. AMPX, that's my baby, guys. For anyone who does not know, I have again said this, and we got a little time so I can go into it right now. My current, I'm going to say like growth stock that I like the most, and I've been in this play for about a month now, is AMPX. So for anyone who does not know, Amprius Technologies is AMPX. So what Amprius Technologies is, for anyone who does not know, it is the most powerful performance silicone lithium battery. So what these batteries do is they are used in cars and vehicles. They are used in drones. They are used by the military. They are used in planes, and especially EV planes that are coming on up. So you can see like the latest news here. The latest news is, you know, these spy drones from the military. Amprius secures repeat $35 million purchase order from UAS manufacturer. So what I am looking at right here is I believe that the military, especially with Trump in office, is going to get very drone heavy, very eVTOL heavy. Now, if you have a drone and the battery dies out in the battlefield, or you have to bring the drone back to change the battery, that is going to be a massive disadvantage in warfare. What if you use the most powerful battery in the world? So right here, Amprius is the most powerful battery that does go inside drones or electric planes or, again, vehicles. So instead of having a 2-hour drone time, you could have 3 hours and 40 minutes. Imagine having a weapon that lasts 2 times longer than your enemy. That's very big. That's a massive advantage. So not only are we seeing these in drones here, but we're also seeing them in cars. We're also seeing them in planes. We're also seeing them in different, again, places. I mean, think about humanoid robots. Humanoid robots, those are going to go off drones, or excuse me, off batteries. Think about everything that is switching to a battery. So this is my favorite play right now for a growth long-term play. Is there 100% guarantee of success? Of course not, guys. This is, again, an $11 stock. But this is, again, one of the few small plays that I like a lot that I think could turn into a $20 plus play in time. So, for anyone who does not know, I do have a pretty good track record in finding these early plays. I actually found IO and Q before. IO and Q, if we want to take a step back and let's just go back to a monthly chart, I found IO and Q when it was sub 20 bucks. I remember seeing IO and Q last year when I was at $10, $12. It spiked all the way up to $85. Do you guys remember us talking about Rocket Lab? We started talking about Rocket Lab when Rocket Lab was at at $10. We talked about Rocket Lab very early. Those are, again, probably the two best ones we found very early, IO and Q and Rocket Lab. We found both of those before the stock went on a very big rip and run. I am looking for AMPX to be a similar move. I would like AMPX us to get filled around 10, 11, 12. The stock again spike up to 20, 30, 40 in 2026. So AMPX, again, take that how you want. It's not a guarantee. It's obviously there is risk. I am heavily investing into, again, the world's most powerful battery, thinking that that is going to be used a lot in the future. So I am, again, that's a play that I'm in at, in the $12 region over on AMPX. I am, again, been sitting on that one for the past month and a half. But the only reason I go over that right now is just because AMPX is the play that I'm very excited about, and again, we have time. So if anyone doesn't know, I like to, again, always be transparent. Now, does anyone know the biggest news that could happen over on AMPX? Does anyone know what's the biggest news? The biggest news, guys, is that right now over in China, I don't know if you guys, let me actually, hold on a second. I want to see if I can bring up a quick little video. So over in China, there is actually these right here. All right. And what these are is that you can actually order food, order whatever you want, order food, order whatever, and it actually brings it over to, again, a certain station right here, drops it on off, and you pick it on up. So basically, there's these things all over the world, all over, again, different cities. You say, hey, I want 10 tacos. And all of a sudden, a drone flies up with 10 tacos and drops it on off. And that's pretty neat, isn't it? Check this out. We are in Shenzhen, China, and we are in the middle of a park. And we are about to have some drinks. So basically, he goes over here. The guy, again, orders some drinks, says, hey, let me get some cold brews for the boys. And all of a sudden, the drone comes, drops it on off, and now he's got himself, again, some Starbucks. So, if you guys do not know, Amazon right now is heavily investing into their drone delivery. So Amazon right now is already working on this. Amazon Prime Air Drone Delivery Service. Deliveries eligible packages weigh under 5 pounds to customers in specific areas using autonomous electric powered drones. What they're trying to do at this moment, and you can see how fresh this is, 2 weeks ago, August 5th, they are working, right, on their official, right now, drone delivery, which means the moment that you guys order something from Amazon, it'll come to your house. Now, how cool is that? You order something, all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, it's in the sky, comes on down, lands on your front porch. Guess who powers those? AMPX. Or again, who is looking to power those? AMPX. We believe that Amazon is probably going to use the world's most powerful drone battery to be able to do that. So the big news that everyone is waiting for is AMPX, or Amazon chooses AMPX for its drone delivery services. Like, that's the big news that all AMPX traders want. That's basically like that would rip us up to like $80. Hey, Amazon selects Amprius for its batteries for its upcoming drone delivery. If that happens, this will be like a $60 stock. And that's, what we're obviously looking for. That's the goal. That's what traders are, again, looking for, especially as we move into the future. But wanted to kind of go over that, break that on down, make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go here. Reese Wagin. Thank you so much for following me over on Twitch, buddy. I appreciate you. Shout out to you, man. Right now here, team, we are again all good. KALA. Trying to get a little buying volume here. Is there any other AMPX holders with me right now? Again, I got an AMPX, as I said, last probably 2 months, October, maybe even September. You know, somewhere around there. Regardless, it's been like 2 months I've been holding this play. Right now, it is currently 841 in the market. We are looking for where is there going to be our big spiker here today. Where is there going to be our big ripper and our big runner, our big popper, our big climber, our big mover, our big jumper, our big mover? I'm not seeing too much either on like CNBC. See today, layoff announcements this year, $1.1 million, the most since 2020. FBI arrests again, Jan 6, a pipe bomb case. Bids for WBD are in. Here's what Paramount, Comcast, and Netflix could do with the asset. NVIDIA has a cash problem. Dude, too much of it. NVIDIA has a cash problem. We have too much. That's a rich people problem. That's a rich person problem. I have too much money. Where do I put it all? My back hurts. It's all underneath my mattress. That's not ever an issue. There's no issue. I have too much money. So I think right now it is still, every person is waiting for a little bit of this momentum. We do have Bitcoin still sitting at 92,000. I posted a tweet last night as well. And I did, get it off of Foxrunner. But starting to get a lot of traction right now. And this was, again, this has happened every single time. Bitcoin's 4-year cycle. Widely observed pattern in its price behavior, largely driven by Bitcoin's protocols. This has happened every single time. 2012, top. Right? 2017, top. 2021, top. 2025, top. So again, what we're known for is, again, every 4 years. That means, again, 2018 is going to be when the market falls. 2022 is when the market falls. 2026 is when the market falls. And when I say market, again, what I'm referring to is, again, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right here, if it follows the same, and it's no guarantee, right? If it follows the same pattern, if it follows the same idea that it's followed the last three times, aka the last 12 years, it's going to be falling back on down towards around like $33,000. So that's Bitcoin for you in 2026. There are no guarantees. Now, again, just like, the S&P 500 on average in September usually drops 1% to 2%. This September, we spike like 3%. So is the past always going to be the number one future? No. Right? Is the past going to be the number one future? No. But I will say it does happen often. Let's make sure, again, traders, we are staying alert, staying ready. Everyone give me 2 minutes right here. I just want to, again, help out one trader. We will be all set, ready, rock and roll. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back on the mic. Let's get ready for an amazing day ahead. Let's do it, traders. Ready to get this big day. And let's watch for some buying volume. Let's see, again, if we have any sort of a big spike and rip and runs. Let's do it. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back on the mic. Good morning, everybody. Let's get ready for this day. T-Wad, how far out are your options on AMPX? I don't have options. I have shares. So again, I do not have options. I have shares. You know, I'd rather just buy share. I don't like, it's not that I don't like options. I like options if you are willing to go out farther. I think options are great. Did you just say that? Yes. Chaz is saying it right now. Okay? Chaz Michael Burry right here is saying, I like options far out. I do not like options in any way. That is day trading. Day trading options is for suckers. Day trading options is for losers. Day trading options is a losing game. You are the tourist in a casino. If you are day trading, 99% of the time is you want to day trade shares. Day trading shares is going to give you a better chance of success. The issue with day trading options is that you have so much you have to go against. Shares, hey, I buy the stock, it goes up, it goes down. You win or lose. That's it. With options, as I've talked about before, you have to, again, figure out what stock, is it going to go up or down? But then you have to think about strike price. Up or down to a certain price. Expiration date, up or down to a certain price before this date happens. Time decay, up or down on a certain stock before this price happens. And on top of that, if it doesn't happen quickly, guess what? You're going to lose more money. Then you have to also worry about, again, implied volatility. Then you have to worry about the other Greeks. You have to find the stock, find up or down. Is it up or down in this price before this region, before this time? If it doesn't do it quick enough, if you're going to do options trades, great, do it. But go far out on your expiration always. And again, be willing to probably hold for a few days. Me personally, I do not know one person, and this is me, doesn't mean it's you. I do not know one person who is a successful options day trader. I've never met one. I've seen hundreds and thousands, and they all lose. So please take that with a grain of salt. Do people have success in options? Yes. Do I think it's from day trading options? No. Do I think, again, they can be successful trading options? Yes, but I think it's from holding for, again, days and weeks. Having expirations that are 6 months, 1 year out. Not same day expiration. Not end of the week expiration. You just have too much going against you. I will tell you right now, 95% of stock traders can't even guess what's the best entry and is the stock going to go up or down. Why are we adding so much more against us? It's almost like being like, all right, hey, let's do this. I want you to make a foul shot. Here's a basketball, make a foul shot. Most people are already going to miss that foul shot. But what if, again, we included a 20 mile per hour left to right wind? And what if the ball was slightly deflated? And what if there was a big hand in front of it that went back and forth like this as well? That could swipe it away. That's essentially what you're doing when you're trying to day trade options. Options are great for a year out expiration, for a for maybe an all year hold. Options are a great way to be able to have little money and expand on that. Options are a quick way of failure if you're day trading options with same day expiration, even same week expiration. Personal opinion. I, for one, has never in my life met a day trader who is successful trading options. I've never met one person, not one. No, I do know hundreds of day traders that trade shares that are going to be able to do it full time. And why is there a big difference? Because shares, you don't have to worry about time decay. You don't have to worry about theta. You don't got to worry about expirations. You don't have to worry about strike price. You might need, or you're not going to make as much if you have a smaller account, but you're going to have a more stable account. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion. That's how I trade. And that's why I like doing shares. I would rather own the company, not, again, lease the company. I would rather have the shares, own that company, not lease it out for a little bit. But again, I have no issue with options if you want to go out far. Like Nancy Pelosi, what does Nancy Pelosi do? Nancy Pelosi does 1 year contracts. So she does that every year. She loads up every year on 1 year contracts. So if you guys come on over here to the Congressional Trading, click Nancy Pelosi right here. All of her contracts, she always buys in like January. Take a look, guys. We have January, and then she bought some in July. But she usually always buys in January. And the reason why she always buys in January is because she usually jumps in on her contracts at the beginning of the year. She, again, has an idea of what stocks are going to perform really well at the beginning of the year. And then she holds them until the end of the year, or again, maybe until, October, right? And then sells, right? So again, she doesn't ever hold the entire way through, but a lot of times she'll jump in, she'll hold them, and then again, she'll get out, she'll jump in a new batch, hold them, get out, jump in on a new batch, hold them, get out. So she does 1 year contracts the majority of the time. So right here, team, we are doing everything we need to do. Is PLRZ getting a little hype? I think PLRZ just got its first little pop. Buying volume might start heading on over towards PLRZ right now, traders. PLRZ buying volume is trying to get a little bit of momentum. PLRZ traders is trying to get a little bit of momentum. We have been on this downtrend. There is nothing to trade right now. There's nothing that we are missing. So I do feel like, again, some traders are saying to themselves, hey, PLRZ, let's see if this thing can squeeze and pop. PLRZ does have a lot of support back on down towards the low, like $16 mark, $16.20. If we can actually get a little bit of a pullback, I'll be willing to give it a chance. Let's see if we get a little pullback, guys. Let's see if I can get filled maybe on some low 16s. If I can get filled on some low 16s, I'm going to give it a chance. So traders, just a little heads on up. At this time, for every single person, KALA, this play right now, KALA, has a little bit of buying volume, not too much though. PMI, nothing going on with it. HY, we had an early politician buying on that play. CBIO, spike and dump. JXGD, there is no play right now that's spiking and going. Odds are, if there is going to be a pop, PLRZ is going to be the best play. CAPR, yesterday's number 1 top gainer, might try to go for it. I could imagine that. I could imagine, again, yesterday's number 1 top gainer over on CAPR starts spiking and squeezing a little bit. I could imagine that CAPR, again, maybe starts moving itself back on up. But I would say right now, as traders are waking up and saying to themselves, hey, I want to trade today. I want to try to make some money today. I want to try to get some action today. If that's what we have right here, again, traders are probably going to say to themselves, okay, hey, PLRZ right here, this is one of our only chances of success. If this is one of the only plays that has an opportunity, the mob, aka the majority of buyers, are going to come over towards this play. So that's why this one's getting some options. You need to think about it in a more psychological manner. There are thousands of people out there in the world right now. They all want to trade stocks. PLRZ is your only option. It's a process of elimination. Ladies and gentlemen, if I was starving and I said, man, I am in the mood for tacos, and I walk down to my kitchen and I go over to, again, my fiance and I say, hey, what did you cook for dinner? I'm really in the mood for tacos or cheeseburgers or something like that. And she goes, oh, I made, pasta. Guess what? I'm hungry. My only option is pasta. Guess what I'm eating? I'm eating pasta. Same exact thing. You might say, oh, I really want stock XYZ to spike. Well, PLRZ is the only top gainer. You're trading PLRZ now. So it is just more of a process of elimination type of move here. Traders, PLRZ, I will get filled. As I said, if we get a pullback back down to $16, I'm going to give this one a chance. I am not in yet, little heads on up. I am not in yet. But if we do get a little lower shadow back on down towards like the low 16s, I will look for a dip buy. I will give it a chance. Kick this on off. Get my party started here. See what I can do at this time. So we just went for around 1550. You guys tell me. If we just went from the price of, let's go with 1550, squeezed on up to 1750, what would be a good entry? 1550, 1750. I would say, again, anywhere from 1610 to 1640. Right? That's a good entry. Because, again, we're getting filled on a nice pullback. So, guys, first entry, PLRZ just got filled. PLRZ just got filled. Gonna see if I can get a good dip buy, see if I can get a good opportunity. So, traders, I'm in right now, $750. If I can make a quick 200, I'll be a happy camper. Let's see, again, I just got filled. Cost basis, $16.14. Guys, I'm up $250. Let's take my profit. Boom. Just made $225. Guys, done. All done. $225 profit. Some people right now might be like, what just happened? Is anyone sitting right here just saying what the fuck just went, what just happened there? If anyone is sitting here, I will again show you my exact entries. Okay? PLRZ, what did I do? PLRZ, I got filled 250 shares at the price of $16.20. I got 250 shares at the price of $16.15. 250 shares at the price of $16.07. I had a cost basis right around that $16.18 area. The stock bounced right back up to $16.44. So I got filled, as we said, after it pulls on back. We got filled, bounced right back on up to $16.44. We again took our profits, $225. We were in on that trade for a grand total, right? Grand total of getting filled at 8:57 and 3 seconds and got out 13 seconds later. 13 seconds of work to make $225. 13 seconds. That's it. You don't need any more than that. That was a very, again, just get in, get out. Get in, get out, make $250. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, just like that. I'm not doing anything magical. I'm not, again, sitting here and, again, hiding my trades. I'm telling you guys exactly what I'm doing. I'm literally saying I'm going to get filled around $16.20. If it bounces back on up, I'm going to take my profits. Let's make a quick little $200 plus. It's a little bit of a slower day. Let's try to make as much money as we can. Easy, boom, get in, and we got a little bit of wiggle room now. Let's go, baby. Mello, did Shkreli get burned on a CAPR short? Yes. So again, yesterday, guys, again, I don't want to rub salt on anyone's wounds. I don't. But, you know, it's like, some people have mixed feelings about the guy, which I definitely can understand why. But probably one of the biggest things yesterday, and especially over on like X and everything, was CAPR. CAPR right here, this was a play that was a biopharmaceutical company that Martin Shkreli, who is a very popular investor, he has 400,000 followers here. He, again, puts all of his shorts live. And, you know, he has a very big following. And essentially what he did was, you know, he said, I'm shorting CAPR before these drug results. So he shorted CAPR before his drug results. And his big following also all shorted CAPR before these drug results. And again, they were shorting at around the price of $7.50. Well, guess what? CAPR came out with good drug results. And he lost a lot, unfortunately. Right? So he put this out yesterday. He goes, this is on November 24th, where he goes, my next big short is on CAPR. I wrote a 46-page on why it's not going to work. Few days, the Hope 3 CAPE study will report its data. It will not work. This is the company's asset. This had almost 500,000 views, almost 1,000 likes. So you can imagine a lot of people says. And again, he's been correct a lot. Again, I have no issue in any sort of way. He does his research. He's been correct a lot with his shorts. He's a great shorter. And he goes, while I believe CAPR is lying about their data like they have before, this was a bad call, and I apologize to anyone who followed me in it. Onward and upward. So, you know what? As I said, I respect that a lot. The guy goes, hey, I shorted CAPR. You know what? The one thing that I will say, again, being in like my position, is that sometimes if I put an alert out and I lose and someone else loses, they get mad if they lost. And it's like, I lost my money as well. You know, obviously, you show me respect. You show me, again, that you're here and you want to learn from me because you have seen me trade before. You see I do these live streams. You see I do everything in front of you live. I'm putting my money where my mouth is as well. And that's something I do, again, respect highly out of Martin, is the fact that he's not just sitting behind his X and he's just saying, hey, everyone go short this. I think that'll win. And everyone else goes shorts it. And guess what? If it doesn't work out, he goes, I'll get a next one, while, again, a ton of people lose. I mean, this man is putting his money, most likely way more money than other people, in on his positions because he truly believes his conviction. And it's like, if a guy is saying right now, hey, I'm putting this much money in because I wrote this paper because I believe they're going to lose. And if someone gets mad at that, to be like, oh, well, I lost too, like I hate you. It's like, hey, bro, it's not like I just told you to do it and I didn't. I took a loss as well. It's up to you if you wanted to follow me or not. So I do respect the fact that he's saying, hey, you know, I apologize to anyone who followed. Onward and upward. I made the call. I, again, got involved into it. If you lost because I lost, again, I'm sorry. But at the same time, let's crush the next one. I mean, that's a good mindset. That's a great mindset to be able to come out firing. So CAPR, that was a play that obviously didn't go the way that he wanted. But, you know, he's saying, hey, I believe they're lying. I'm not sure how much he lost or how much, again, you know, some of his followers lost. But it's a very scary thing. I mean, it's a scary thing to short plays before, again, data. It's a very scary thing to report play, to jump in on plays before data. But it's also, again, you know, where you can make the most amount of money. Let's just say, hypothetically, you had a $7,000 account. And you said, you know what, I think it's going to be good data. You would have went from $7,000 up to the price of $7 up to the price of $30. You would have been able to make $23,000. You could have been able to nearly 3x your account over on CAPR yesterday because of biopharmaceutical data. When data comes out, if it's positive, it explodes. When it's negative, it dumps. CAPR still trying to grind a little bit right now. CAPR right now, team. This play, trying to get on up towards what price region? Right now, CAPR is trying to get up towards around $32. QCLS right now, trying to get a little action. CAPR right here, though, team. Let's see if CAPR, what do you guys think? Think CAPR could get that pop up towards around that $32 region? Do you think CAPR could maybe turn into our hot player of the day? Hot trader of the day? Start getting a little bit of momentum. Start getting a little bit of that squeeze. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Hey, as always, if you guys haven't yet, smash that thumbs on up. Get yourself excited. Can I see everyone in the chat room today? Can we get a good old... Get ourselves excited. Wake up, everyone. Let the world know that we're here. Obviously, we want to be able to get every single person pumped on up right now. We want to see every single person get themselves excited. We want to see every single person get jacked on up. It's going to be a massive day. Let's get ready to go. Rich, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you, Rich, as always. Come on now. CAPR, a little bit slow so far, traders. There's no we're not aware of. We already went after and attacked PLRZ. If you're selling a dip buy on PLRZ, great work. KALA, unfortunately, spiked on up, started dumping back on down. To do a PMI fading. QCLS, a little spike on QCLS right now. Little spike. HY had insider congressional trading. People inside the White House were buying HY. Little heads up. CBIO, quick little spike, dump back on down. PLRZ, KLA. Let's make sure we're not missing anything else. Best, again, top gainers today with news. PLRZ, as we know, from lab to global impact, PLRZ to journey potential next generation. PLRZ, again, also had news the last 2 days straight. So it's not today's news that's with you. It's had news the last 2 days straight, and that's what's brought in a little bit of hype. To be frank with you, though, we are going from PLRZ, which didn't even really have news today. It was more news from yesterday, and this is momentum, to a 130% top gainer to an 8% top gainer. We have LGHL right now. Came out 7 minutes ago. LGHL has, again, private placement. CBIO, guys. CBIO, this play announces transfer partnership with placement. Placement is a good keyword. Little heads on up. CBIO only up 15%. You know, LGHL must be dropping on down a little bit. Let's just go see real quick. LGHL. Did that one get a quick little spike and then drop? Yeah, look at this, guys. LGHL spike on up and dump right back on down. So, quick little pop. Quick little dump right back on down here. It's more of the waiting game. You know, if I had to play, like, what is going to be the #1 top gainer on the day, I think we play again. We watch PLRZ because PLRZ is the most talked about stock this morning. Right? We've already went over, you know, Jensen Huang was on Joe Rogan last night. Go check that on out. These are some of the top growth stocks of 2026. Go check that on out. We are going to be seeing interest rate cuts next Wednesday. That's going to kick off the Santa Claus rally. Watch for, again, new record highs coming. We know Sam Altman is going to be competing against Elon Musk and SpaceX. Google is absolutely crushing it in their best financial position ever. Here's, again, the insider congressional trades with HY. That's why HY is up this morning. And then other than that, we had 2 press releases, double press release this morning on CBIO. CBIO came out with a strategic partnership this morning and another partnership with a different company. So again, 2 partnerships. PLRZ is a top gainer from yesterday's press release. They came out with positive results yesterday. This is from positive momentum from yesterday. CAPR is the #1 top gainer from yesterday. PLRZ, again, going back to this, #1 top gainer, did have news on Tuesday and did have news on Wednesday. And then there really has just been a quick little pop and quick little dump, quick little pop, quick little dump, right? There hasn't been anything that has been absolutely insane. So when plays today, PLRZ is going to be the plays that are going to be watching. And we do got to watch CAPR, which is also the #1 top gainer of yesterday, which is trying to get some momentum. I am not seeing, though, anything other than that. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. But with, again, Fox Runner, with trade ideas, with Cobra trading, with our chat room, with, again, hundreds and thousands of people watching, if there was something spiking right now, we'd be fully aware of it. That's what's so important to be, you know, that's what's so important on, you know, why we're here, why we're part of this community. If you are just trading solo, lone wolf style, it's very tough to be aware of absolutely everything. When I'm here on stream and we have hundreds of people in the chat room and thousands of people watching, one person is always going to find, oh, this one's spiking. If you need, this is a little secret in the stock market. If you need to trade of the day, it's not that hot out. If you need to look and say, oh, maybe this will spike, you are already at a disadvantage. Sure, if you're looking for the next big breakout of 2026, that's a little different. If you, again, want to go through every single one of these plays and try to, again, say, well, you know, right now, no one, you know, not as many people are talking about these plays. These are the best plays that have opportunities to turn into the 2026 big-time rippers and runners, the future Rocket Lab, the future IONQs, the future NBISs, right? But I'm talking about as in today, as in this moment today, right? You know, what could we be focusing on? And if we have to search super hard, that's not a good sign. So we will be watching PLRZ. And I am going to be watching CAPR to see if CAPR is going to be able to spike its way on up. Other than that, though, traders, probably I think the biggest takeaway of today would be, again, watching that Joe Rogan podcast with Jensen Huang. It's 2.5 hours long. If you have not watched it, make sure you guys go ahead and check it on out. The CEO of NVIDIA, a.k.a. the most valuable company in the world, was on Joe Rogan yesterday. And he's again talking about a lot. Probably the most important thing he talked about though was when he said, "What's the issue with AI? Why is AI not farther?" And he goes, "We just don't have enough energy yet." He goes, in the next 6 to 7 years, every company's gonna have nuclear reactors. That was my biggest takeaway from it. My biggest takeaway was, he goes, "What's the bottleneck? The bottleneck is what's restricting AI." He goes, "Nuclear. We need nuclear." It's the only thing strong enough. In 6 to 7 years, every company will have their own nuclear reactor. That's what he said right on Joe Rogan. So again, make sure you check that on out. So what's the number one play? I mean, there are a couple nuclear plays, guys. Let's go actually scroll on down here. Let's go to nuclear stocks. UEC, OKLO. Right? So what do we have here? Let's go back over to an all-time chart. UEC right here. UEC. This is a $5 stock. Spiked up towards $17 at $12. That's one. If you want something a little bit more established, BWXT. BWXT, this is an established nuclear play. My stock, OKLO, Oklo. I bought Oklo at $81 last week. And I also bought Oklo earlier this year at around the price during April, whenever April was here. April, I bought in on Oklo around $22. So I bought in at $22 and I bought in last around $81. So my cost basis right now is probably, I don't know, $68 or so over on Oklo. But that's going to be a nuclear play that I'm probably going to be holding for years to come. So, you know, if the CEO of the most valuable company in the world says nuclear is the bottleneck and every company needs nuclear and it's going to be probably 5 years away, you might want to do some long-term investments on nuclear, right? It's just, think about that. Put the pieces together of the puzzle. So right here, traders, and let me see if I can actually find the clip real quick. Let's go to, I want to see if I can just find the clip real quick. This is what I want to find. Found it. Hold on. So let me turn off the music, put this on up.
Is my point.
So currently, that is a big bottleneck, right? Is energy?
Yeah, it is the bottleneck.
The bottleneck.
Yeah.
Is this so? Was it Google that is making nuclear power plants to operate one of its AI factories?
Oh, I haven't heard that, but I think in the next 6-7 years, I think you're going to see a whole bunch of small nuclear reactors.
And by small, like how big are you talking about?
Hundreds of megawatts. Yeah.
Okay. And that these will be local to
That's
whatever
right.
specific company they have?
That's right. We'll all be power generators.
Whoa.
You know, just like your, somebody's farm.
It probably is the smartest way to do it, right?
And it takes the burden off.
cleanest.
Yeah, it takes the burden off the grid. It takes,
Yeah.
and you could build as much as you need. Is my point.
So currently, that is a big bottleneck, right? Is energy?
Yeah, it is the bottleneck.
The bottleneck.
Yeah.
Is this so? Was it Google?
So as you can see right here, that's big. That's something I want you guys to be aware of. I mean, that's something that you guys are going to want to be focusing on. And I mean, you have to stay up to the times. You know, I truly believe that stock trading is a balance. Doing your research, but also not becoming obsessive. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of times people become obsessive over the wrong things. Sometimes, again, you might fall into a little trend where you say, oh, wow, private equity is going to turn into the biggest, stock market recession we've ever seen. The AI bubble is the biggest stock market recession we've seen. Oh, we've never seen the VIX indicator, this area. It's going to, and they become obsessed. Or again, you might be obsessed with, nuclear reactors. And you become obsessed with it. You know, I always try to take everything with a grain of salt. Healthy stocks will go up over time. Think about what, again, companies need to be able to perform. Right? That's kind of how I think about my stock trading. I don't try to kind of, find the next big thing every single moment. I try to say to myself, okay, what is the world investing in? AI. What did everyone invest in 2023, 2024? AI chips. What did everyone invest in 2025? Data centers. We have AI. We have storage of AI. What's the next thing we power AI? How do we power it? We power it with nuclear. You know, so I'm not going out of left field. If someone came up to me right now and they're like, hey, Sean, can you please again help me on out and figure out where again a lot of money is probably going to be going? Okay, let's just break this down. ChatGPT came on out. ChatGPT came on out in 2022, 2023. We started seeing a lot of hype and momentum go into it. Everyone said, wow, AI is a real thing. Let's go start buying chips. Chips started exploding. Manufacturers started making chips. All the Magnificent Seven plays started getting involved in chips. Then on top of that, they say, wow, we have all these great chips. We can't store the power anywhere. So now again, we start building all these data centers. Now we literally have the CEO saying, yeah, we got chips, we got storage, but at the same time, we don't have anything to power it on up. We need nuclear. So now everyone can go over to nuclear. It's not like, again, I would go through every single one of these steps and then just be like, yeah, so what's the next big thing? The next big thing is Cabbage Patch Kids dolls. Everyone buy Cabbage Patch Kids. Like that's what so many people do. I could go up to the next, ask people, I'd be like, what's the next big thing? They'd be like, graphene. Graphene, the newest element. You know, spider web, bulletproof cloth. That's the next big investment trend. And it's like, let's just follow the steps. You know, stock trading and invest, especially on a long-term play, doesn't have to be that confusing. It's more about just sitting back and saying, where are people going to be going towards? So many people overthink it way too much, trying to be like, where are we going to be in 55 years from now? Why don't we just think about what do we need at this current moment? You know what I mean? So take a step back. AI chips, AI data centers, how are we powering them? Nuclear. That's going to be something that's going to most likely be pretty big in the future, right? That's all I'm thinking about. A 2 to 3 year outlook, not 25 years. You know, humanoid robots, that's something that's going to be coming on up. But I even think that's a little farther on out, right? To actually have working, every robot that we actually see is like some guy, you know, with a controller, like 20 feet away controlling it in all the videos. There is actually no robot right now that does and walks by himself. It's all in every tutorial that we ever seen on YouTube, it's just some guy actually controlling it, moving the arms, moving the legs. They don't know, the robots don't know to move their arms or legs by themselves at this moment at all. So just things, again, we want to be aware of. Things that, of course, you know, we want every single trader to be on top of, as, you know, we're kind of going over everything here. Graphene batteries. Patch Kids batteries. How about bulletproof batteries? That's the next big trend, guys. Bulletproof batteries. That's what I want right now. Let's think about that, eh? Let's think about that, eh? Here we go now. Here we go, baby. Okay, hello. Trying to get a little bit of that possible spike. Let's see if PLRZ can do it today. PLRZ on top of our watching. CAPR. Gonna see if we could possibly squeeze ourselves on up right here. Trying to, again, get ourselves going on this day. We have 10 minutes until the market opens on up. 10 minutes until the market opens on up. Let's get ourselves excited. Let's get ourselves motivated. Hit that smash on up. Last day of the live stream here, traders. So let's make it count. We've already had one trade in the books, but I want to get one more good trade in. Try to push ourselves up to $1,000 on the day. I need you here, baby. I need every single one of you guys. Let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to get after it here today. 9:22 in the market. We really just want to see what this day is going to present for us. We really just want to see where this momentum is going to take us. Obviously, again, CAPR at this time, going to be one of our top watches after they came out with their positive drug results yesterday. We also are going to keep our eyes peeled over on PLRZ, but unfortunately, this one is getting a little bit weaker. So, we are getting ready to go, getting ready to rumble. Now, as I said earlier, I said this a few times already, traders, but I just want to make sure everyone's perfectly clear on this. Today is my last day of live streaming. That's why I want to make it count. That's why I want to get after it. I mean, hey, we've made, again, $225 so far today. We traded PLRZ on the quick dip buy. We made $225, but I want to leave here with $1,000 plus on the day. That's my goal. $1,000 plus on my day is my goal. Now, this weekend, just a little heads up, your boy is getting married, but I just want to make it perfectly clear. I will not be here again tomorrow. And I will not be here next week. Next week, I will be in Hawaii for my honeymoon. I hate missing work. You guys know that. But again, this one is a little special occasion. All right? I'm going to kind of take the next week off. But, I love you guys. I apologize, and I am sorry. I am sorry for missing work. I apologize for missing work. But it is just a 1 week, 5 days, and then I will be back ready to go with you guys. All right? But yes, tomorrow I will not be live streaming. I am getting married. On top of that, though, I will again be gone for the following week as I am on my honeymoon. All right? PTO approved. Hey, I'll tell you guys right now, I don't want to let you guys down in any sort of way. I love being here. So I'm gonna make a decision. How about we set up a chat poll? We'll set up a chat poll right now. And I'll say, should I just not go on my honeymoon? And if you guys say, no, don't go, I stay here. Does that sound like a fair plan? We'll also do another one. Should I, again, show up to my wedding tomorrow? Should I do it? Okay, hold on. Maybe we're getting a little carried away. We are getting a little carried away at this moment. I'm going. I'm fucking doing it. So right now at this moment, we are keeping our eyes peeled, PLRZ. Hey, can you live stream your wedding so we can comment on it in the chat? You know what? Let's make it a big event. Yeah, let's put my wedding on pay-per-view. Pay-per-view, baby. Pay-per-view the wedding. Okay. I like what we're thinking. For $19.99. $19.99 pay-per-view. Jake Paul. Sean Deckmar. The wedding of the century. PLRZ right here, $9.25. I'm excited for this day. Guys, let's see what we get here. Come on, PLRZ's got nothing there. KALA's got nothing there. PMCB's nothing there. PMI, SLDP, BRWW, QLCS, CBS. We're looking to see where we got these dip buys and bounce plays. We're looking to see where we have these dip buys, these bounce plays, these opportunities, these next chances of success. Hey, Sean, does your future wife hear you say these jokes? Yes, she does. I will be completely honest with you. She just walked into the room about 35 seconds ago and just stared me down. And you know what? That's why I love her. That's why I love her. And you know, I tell her this every single night. And again, I encourage all husbands to be able to say this to your wives, or maybe even, a little relationship advice right now to every single person that might be dating a girl, right? Or again, the woman that they love, just like I do. I say, us getting married, it is going to be so great to know that you are going to be, number 2 behind me for the rest of your life, because number 2 is not bad. When you think about the household, yes, I'm number 1. Number 2, runner up. And I, again, look into her eyes every single night and I say, I just, knowing that you're number 2, You know, it's perfect. It's incredible. It's not bad. Second place isn't bad, guys. Everyone, all the husbands, tell your wife that tonight. I am digging a hole today, people. I'm digging a hole today. All right, let's get ready to go. I love you, Mookie. I love you, Mookie. Right now here, traders, 9:28. Hey, let's switch out our scanners. Let's get ourselves fired up on this day. Switch out the scanners. Get ourselves on this day. All right, we got to see where the buying volume is going to take us. See where the hype's going to take us. See where the attention's going to go here. Guys, little heads on up. I believe we also have Meta. Look at Meta right now. Anyone realize Meta getting some ripping and running? Traders, what's going on with Meta at this time? Meta spiking this morning after seemingly negative news. Meta is under scrutiny from the EU over antitrust issues, yet the stock is going up today. 42 points, a 6% climb. Below is one of the multiple press releases that came out this morning about Meta antitrust issues. So the EU, Europe, is considered interim measures against Meta, EU antitrust chief says. Traders, kind of a little Meta at this moment. We did see a lot of a hype. What's the news that did it? Iggy says, Sean, that's not the news leading towards a spike. What's the news you got, Meta? That was again at 9 a.m. So Meta at 9 a.m. going from 940, ripping up towards 90. I mean, if there's antitrust issues. No, there's nothing even on CNBC about Meta. NJ trading Meta is because of the Metaverse. Again, I miss the Metaverse. I wish that turned into a real thing. I wish the Metaverse was a real thing. Oh, they canceled the Metaverse. They canceled the Metaverse? So Meta canceled the Metaverse or something? Meta is because it's canceling the Metaverse? So maybe look into that. So Meta going on a pretty big spike right now. Definitely, again, figure out why Meta's going on that big rip and run. Meta, a little pullback, guys. CBIO trying to get a little bit of hype and attention. Let's see what, again, CAPR is doing. CAPR. This is the play. Look at CAPR, traders. CAPR heads on up for everyone. This was yesterday's #1 top gainer. Let's go back to a 5-minute time frame. CAPR, yesterday's #1 top gainer, is most likely going to have strong resistance at 3150. I think I'm going to look for shorts at 3150, guys. I think that would be worth it for me to at least give that one a chance. 500 shares or so. Oopsie. Let's go with CAPR. Just kind of typing this out real quick. Let me pop it out so you guys can see. 500 CAPR, 500 shares. Inquire all. Locate shares. 500 shares. Locate lowest. Click cancel here. This is going to cost me 40 cents. Nothing. 40 cents. 500 shares pending accepted. I'm now accepted to be able to short 500 shares. I can do 100 shares at a time. Again, I like the areas right around 3150. I'd probably again start looking for shorts at maybe 3090. Right? 3090 could be again good start. Going up towards around a 3120. 3120, that could be a good one. Keep going on up to 3144. Keep going on up towards a little bit higher in case it does get a little break above 3160. Maybe go up a little bit higher towards around the 3190 mark. So basically what I'd be looking for, what I'm going to be looking for right here and right now, traders, and I just want to kind of be open and honest and transparent with every single person, is saying right now, CAPR has gone from $26, spiked on up towards around 3150. we know that this is going to be a strong resistance line, this old spiking high area. I like to get filled, pull back. You can see it's going to be, this old top is more right around 32. This old top right here is right around 30.60. I'm thinking if you have an average $31, like a 31.40-ish, you're kind of like at the mean. You're kind of at that average area that we like. So I'm still watching CAPR. See if this stock can squeeze on up towards around that 31.50 area. And then possibly get that nice pullback and that nice drop. So far today, as you guys know, we've already had one successful trade. So already today, I did do a dip buy and bounce buy. I got filled around 16.18. I got out around 16.40. It was a nice successful dip buy, a nice successful bounce buy. Was able to make me so far a quick, again, $225. As you guys know, I am looking for a possible CAPR short. Thank you guys. Again, everyone confirmed. Meta right here. Meta is, again, spiking this morning, not because of, again, EU scrutiny, but because, again, Meta is spiking this morning because it's cutting its cost on the Metaverse. I wish the Metaverse happened. It seems like, again, they're giving up on Metaverse stuff. Meta, a little pullback, guys. Look at CAPR and guys, CAPR could have been a great one. Again, it came on up to 30.60. 30.60. We wanted 30.90. $31. I can't be upset about it. Was a great little dump. But we're just a little shy right here. So again, CAPR, top resistance. CAPR, we wanted a little bit higher. Look at the turnaround. Look at the sell-off. Look at the dump right here. I still think it's probably going to keep going lower. Let's see if anything else can kind of stand up here. Start getting some ripping and running. PLRZ, anything right here? No. KLA. Guys, ABLV. ABLV, this one just get halted on the upside. ABLV right here. This play. No news I see on ABLV right now. ABLV is halted. QCLS. QCLS. QCLS, guys, trying to get a little bit of a pop. Blueprint saying Martin's now trying to short that play. All right, right now I'm going to take just a little bit of a breather, take a little bit of a step back, not put myself in any bad position. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. I'll be right back on the mic. All right, team. What else do we have here? PLRZ. PLRZ also still trying to get a little bit of that spike. PLRZ could be a possible short as well. I mean, I feel very lack of confidence. I feel very pull the trigger right now. Like, it's hard for me to pull the trigger right now when I'm just not seeing anything like look fantastic. If that's, again, PLRZ starting to fade and fall, if that's CAPR. So PLRZ, we're still watching. We're still waiting over on this one, seeing what we can do here next. I'm kind of just bouncing around right now. PLRZ is still, again, trying to hold that $16 mark. Let's go back into a little bit of a PLRZ. PLRZ does look like it's getting ready for that potential turnaround. You know, what I mean by that is once PLRZ, this area, we are now back on the bearish opportunity, the bearish side. PLRZ is the #1 top gainer on the day. So obviously everyone's just trying to give it a chance. You know, that's why this one does have buying volume. That's why this one does have action towards it right now. It's just that everyone's just saying to themselves, you know what, PLRZ, at least let's just try to give it a chance. PLRZ, this is the #1 top gainer. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to do that well. I do think PLRZ is going to give up. I do think PLRZ is inside this little channel right now, but there's a great chance that it cracks and starts fading and falling down to $15. Other than that, again, we looked to get on CAPR, and I wish I got filled in the 30s. 31, 30. Look at this, guys. All the way back down to 26. CAPR is dumping right now. So CAPR is still dumping. Couple little random plays right here. PLRZ has room to run. We're back up towards around $18 if this one does spike. Is Meta starting to dump a little bit as well? Meta just kind of had that big rip and run. You know, what happened on Meta? Again, Meta, the correct news is Meta was cutting cost on the Metaverse. The Metaverse is kind of not a real thing anymore. Do you guys remember back in the day? What was my stupidest investment of all time? My stupidest investment of all time was almost when I bought Metaverse land. And guys, I know that sounds so stupid right now. I was going to buy internet land on, the Metaverse. And I remember, again, it sounded crazy, but it made sense. It really did make sense when you broke it on down. But I was going to spend about $250,000 on a plot of land in the Metaverse. That's what I was going to do. And I was so close to doing it. So probably worth $0. I would have lost absolutely everything. But this was the process behind it. I will tell you right now. The thought process behind on why I was going to do that is because everyone was hyping up the Metaverse to literally be the next big thing. You guys ever see that movie Ready Player One, where the guy puts on the glasses and you can literally live in the Metaverse? The Metaverse was where everyone did stuff. Like you had the real world and the Metaverse world. And half the people just wanted to live in the Metaverse at all times. And you could be who you wanted. And there was an actual economy in the Metaverse. And people had jobs in the Metaverse. Like, doing certain things in the Metaverse for, again, Metaverse, economy. And it was a real thing. And I thought to myself, you know what? There is a world in the Metaverse. Imagine if you bought a plot of land in the Metaverse early. Just like imagine if you bought an acre in New York City. Well, if the Metaverse takes off, that $250,000 investment could be $25 million in the next 5 years. Because what do you think people are going to do? If all of a sudden the Metaverse did turn into something big, let's just say, what if? What if, again, everyone put on glasses and went into the Metaverse? Don't you think hundreds of billions of dollars would flow into the Metaverse because of advertising? And everyone wants to have their own building. It would basically be like a little digital New York City with Times Square and everyone advertising. Companies would be willing to buy my plot of land to say, wow, that's a great plot. A lot of people walk past that in the Metaverse. Hey, Google reaches out, says, hey, you have an acre. We want that. So that was more of my thought process, is if it turned into something, if real, right? That's kind of what I was thinking. QCLS. I know, again, you guys are kind of creeping up on QCLS. I'm kind of more watching PLRZ. Seems like QCLS and PLRZ are like the top two. NFTs. I kind of miss the NFT days. I never bought one NFT. I didn't buy one. But I could imagine this. If the Metaverse turned into something big, and let's say you could only be in the Metaverse what you bought as an NFT. And basically that was the thought process. The thought process was like the Bored Apes, those guys would be like celebrities in the Metaverse. Like if you saw past you, it was like that's a celebrity, right? So basically if you owned a Bored Up as the Bored Ape skin and walk around in the Metaverse, and you'd be like a superstar, right? Everyone else would have like these random, other ones. So it was almost like NFTs were going to be your avatar in the place that everyone start living in this digital world. And the best way to think about it is like Ready Player One, if you guys ever seen that movie before. But obviously, none of that actually happened. That was all one big idea. We just don't have the technology to actually make that happen. Do you guys remember what the Metaverse actually was? This was the Metaverse. Right? This was actually the Metaverse here. So this right here, this was the Metaverse. And these were all different plots of land you can buy. And you could see how it was turning into a city. And then again, that was the Metaverse right there. This was like what we were supposed to walk around in, dance. We had Snoop Dogg land, right? And everyone, like, you could go there and put on goggles and live in the Metaverse. And you could, go on bus rides. And then again, you could have advertising. I mean, obviously, it wasn't what people wanted. You know, people wanted Ready Player One, not little pixels. So people wanted this. People wanted to be able to do whatever they want, put on goggles and be a character. Be able to, again, go to different lands, dress up as different avatars. Be able to do anything you want there. So much different than what we actually got. Little heads on up. PLRZ, guys, getting a little bit weaker right now. PLRZ, I'm thinking about, slowly adding into this play. Looks like it's starting to drop. I'm actually going to see if I could possibly get some shorts here over on this one, over on PLRZ. Let's see how much shares are available to short. Let's get back into some actual real-life trading right now. PLRZ, how much are shares available to short? If I want to get, let's say, 500 shares, inquire, locate lowest, click cancel. That's, oh, geez, Louise. Guys, why is PLRZ so expensive? PLRZ, $750 for shares to short? I'm not pulling the trigger on that. Let me try this again. Maybe I did something incorrect. PLRZ, 500 shares, inquire all. PLRZ, 500 shares available. Locate lowest. $750. I'm not paying that, guys. No way I'm shorting PLRZ today. CAPR, dumping on down. We just missed our entry. We wanted to get the entry at the 31s. 30s, we missed it by, what, 20 cents? CLS hitting a new high right now. QCLS right now, trying to squeeze its way on up. How high can this one get up to? $7. $7 is the target. $7 is where traders are looking. $7 is the next main area over on this play. So QCLS still trying to pop. Still trying to get a little bit of momentum towards that upside here. PLRZ, guys, I don't want to get involved in that right now. It looks like it's getting Kala. No, QCLS is the best so far. Right now, QCLS is the best so far. QCLS is the best at this moment. Stock goes from $3 down towards $6. I could imagine this going up even higher. And the reason why is sometimes, again, we get these little trends. QCLS here. I want to see, does QCLS... I don't see any credible news on QCLS. I don't see any credibility on QCLS right now. Do you guys? QCLS has gone from 540 up towards around 630. QCLS is still trying to move itself on up. I would say if this one starts getting up to 675, that's where I would say is like a good target for buyers. 670, it would be, again, I think like a good area just to see it. Let's see if there's any shares available to short over on this play. QCLS. Let's go ahead, break this thing on down. 6,000, it's like 3,000 shares. Actually, I want to try to make some money today. Let's go 4,000 shares. 4,000 shares here. Locate lowest. How much is it costing me? 20 bucks. 20 bucks right now, guys. That's not that much at all. I'm locating it. I'm going 4,000 shares just accepted for, again, a total cost of $20. I'm good to go ahead and short QCLS now if I want to. Where would I like to short it? QCLS is going to have a lot of resistance at its all-time high. All-time high is just short of $7. I think if this thing pops on up to the 660s, that's where I start. 660s, 670s, 680s. I start shorting in the 660s if QCLS gets there. Martin Shkreli took a position yesterday over on QLCS. QCLS has a breakthrough in quantum computing. Let me see that. Let me look to see what he posted. All right, let's see this, guys. So this right here. We bought a photonic optical computing stocks, QCLX. I'm convinced the answer to frontier computing is optical, not quantum. We're calling it quantum class so investors understand it. $100 is my near-term target. I would join as CEO if allowed by Trump. All right, guys. I will say this. When there are big investors that usually put money out there, right? Martin just got smoked yesterday. He just got smoked yesterday. He lost yesterday. Now, instead of shorting, now he's going long on, again, almost like a quantum type play, a photonic type play. I don't know. A lot of times when I see someone, again, lose once, gets attention, and then tries to pump up another play, it also loses there. I would just be careful on it. I'm going to still stick with my guns and look for a pullback and short. Doesn't mean I'm looking for it to dump on down, but I am going to be, again, looking for opportunities to short this as, again, we start moving ourselves on up even higher. So I will say, when I love having, it's fun having X. It's fun to be able to see what other investors are doing, what Bill Ackman's doing, what, yesterday, the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, literally goes on Joe Rogan and says, yeah, if I were you guys, I'd buy nuclear. It's like, we're in a time that people literally just tell us and can show us exactly what they're doing. Like even myself, I'm on the live stream telling you guys exactly what I'm doing here. I would, again, be careful, though. I think QCLS is going up to 100. Guys, I think that would be a little rambunctious. I think that's a little bit high of a target. I think, again, you're definitely going to get a little bit of a squeeze and pop, maybe up towards $6.90, $7, and then reverse. If you do get a squeeze above $7, you could get up to like $10, $11. That's kind of where my limit would be, like $10, $11, maybe if this thing even catches fire today. Want to make sure everyone's all good. Make sure every single person is aware of what they need to be focusing on. Got up to 649. Again, my first entry was going to be right around the 660 area. And here comes QCLS on a little bit of that. QCLS on a little bit more of that fade. QCLS on a little bit of that pullback. PLRZ, top resistance, fade on down. Top resistance, fade on down. Top resistance, fade on down. PLRZ. Again, unfortunately, I was going to look for shorts on this play. It's just too expensive at this moment. So let me actually, again, kind of go on back here. Let me just see what we can do maybe on PLRZ. PLRZ's trying to get some hype. PLRZ breaks through again $18. We can rip up to 20. So again, QCLS is starting to die a little bit. PLRZ right now, traders, as you guys can keep your eyes peeled on this one. If this one breaks through 18, it definitely has the hype. We have been rejected though once at the red line, twice at the red line, 3 times at the red line. We start breaking 18. There's a chance that this thing squeezes up towards $20. So PLRZ is definitely where a lot of people are going to start, putting their focus towards once again. Just please note, you have been rejected at the red line multiple times. The red line right now is up towards around 18.15. If you want to get filled on this play and you expect it to go up, try to get filled in the low 17s. Or again, look at this. It's starting to turn and reverse right back down. Let's see here. Can you get filled low 17s and maybe get a little dip buy and bounce play back on up? Obviously, you don't want to get filled and it just dump back on down. We are in a very slow uptrend right now. CEP halted on the upside. Thank you, Iggy. CEP traders did have news last night. Heads up for every single person. CEP is halted at this time. It did have news last night. And if you guys go over to CEP, type in news, and now you can see right here, 1630. And we can go ahead and go right here. CEP. What do we have? 21 Capital and Cantor Equity Partners announce expected closing of business combination on New York Exchange listing. So this came out at 4:30 yesterday. 4:30 yesterday, there was a press release on CEP. This stock, and again, now is starting to squeeze and starting to get a little bit of ripping and running. CEP is a risky play because we haven't seen as many big rips and runs. But at the same time, I want to make sure, again, you guys all understand that CEP is a play that if this one does rip, we could see $18 plus. It's a risky stock, don't get me wrong. But it's a stock that's going on up. It's gotten some hype. CEP has some attention. Let's keep our eyes on it. Right now, CEP. Let's see what this one does. I might turn my attention over to CEP right now. CEP, this one's getting unhalted in 1 minute. We have not seen anything spike, break, and hold. Nearly every single play has been big rip and dump. CEP has my attention. If I wanted to get filled on this play, 1575, 1580. If it drops underneath that, cut out, get out. That's what I'd be saying to you guys. Try to see if you get a quick little pullback underneath 16. If we can get filled, stock can squeeze and spike its way on up. If the stock can squeeze and spike its way on up, we try to sell up near around 1850. If it drops underneath 1550, you have a stop loss. Quick little get in, get out type of action. Do small, again, limit order, 250 shares at a time. Looks like it's going to try to gap on up. But I'm going to put some lower entries here. See what I can do. See if your boy can get involved. Let's see. It's going to go all $15 region. $15 is mega support. I'll do some dip. This is kind of where, like, let's see what happens. I'm going to try to get filled here, guys. I like it. We haven't seen any sort of, big spiking just yet. I'm going to see if I can get filled and make some money. We're live. Let's see if I can get filled. If we get a pullback back down into the 15s, I'm going to get filled and see if we can bounce back up. Sound good? 1630, 1620. I kind of want to get that quick pullback, quick lower shadow, and explode back on up. Okay, guys. Just got filled. CEP. CEP, first entry is getting filled right now, guys. First entry is getting filled right now on CEP. Entry is at the price of $15.89. $15.89. I want to see if we can get back above 16 and run up to 17 plus. Right now, I'm up $300, $400, guys. $17 right here. $17. Take my profits. Boom! 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 Just made $842. Let's go! Let's go, baby! There we go, traders. Congratulations, everyone that just made some money with me. Congratulations, everyone who just made a nice profit. Congratulations to everyone who just got filled on that dip. That's what I like to see. That's how I like to feel. That's how I was looking for to end off this week here, baby. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yeah. 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 Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Yep, that's it. I know. Yep, we did it. We did it. We made $842. Yeah, we made over $1,000. Yeah, I made over $1,000. Great work. Great job. Congratulations, guys. That's all we needed. All I wanted right there. I mean, traders, I told you exactly what I was doing. I literally, again, was doing my entries live for you on the stream. Stock again came back on down, got filled in the low areas, shot all the way up to 1770. Still again above $16 right now. Congratulations to everyone got filled on that play. So again, we didn't pump the play on up. We put in low entries. I wanted dip buys. I wanted pullbacks. It was on a hold. We don't have anything. We might see pullback and explosion. So CEP got in $842. That is bringing our grand total on the day here. Grand total on the day, let me bring this on over, is $1,067. $1,067 in profit. If you guys want to see my entry box, you guys can see it here as well. The entry I did, $15.99, $15.90, $15.80. Stock again shot on up. I got out at $17.02. Great job, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what I was looking to be able to get after it. Thank you, Iggy, for the heads up over on CEP. I appreciate you. Great job. Hey, traders, does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns? Please let me know. I am more than happy to help you guys on out with anything that you guys need. I look forward to helping you guys on out and making sure that you guys are all good. Obviously, we are jumping around a little bit. We're trying to find like what play is going to be hot. I am not going to overdo it. That is probably going to be my last trade for, again, for this next week. Traders, as you guys know, I've said it a million times. I just don't want anyone to be shocked. I will not be here next week. Next week, I will not be here. Today is my final day of live streaming. I am getting married in the next 48 hours, and then I'm actually heading out to Hawaii for the honeymoon. So next week I will not be here. Today's the last day of the live stream. Tomorrow the scanners will be up and running. Everything will be cooking, but I do encourage everyone over on Tradecaster to, again, type out alerts, work as a community. If you, want to take off next week and just say, hey, I'll wait until, again, Chaz gets back, do it. If you guys want to wait until, again, next week and be able to say, hey, I only feel comfortable when you're here with me, then that's fine. But if you are trading next week, we have such an amazing team. We have such an amazing community over on Tradecaster. You guys do so well, so awesome. You guys are always, again, lifting each other up, putting out great alerts. So over, again, the next 5 trading days, make sure you guys work together as a team, as a community, and get ready to crush it. But any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. You guys are absolutely amazing. I do just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for everyone that is, again, who supports this room, everyone who took advantage of the Black Friday deals, the Cyber Monday deals. Thank you so much for everyone who types out in the chat room and communicates and, again, alerts and makes this community what it is. From Iggy to Green Days to Ali to Reese, everyone here, Rainbow Bends, so many AM traders, so many great alerts, guys, from all you guys. Over on, again, Twitch and YouTube and X. Traders, I do just want to say one final time here. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for me. I truly appreciate it. I will see you guys on the opposite side as I'm a married man. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And I will see you guys back here when I get home from my honeymoon. All right? Hey, help me wrap this thing on up one final time right here and right now. Let's do it, traders. You guys know it. In 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! This is the way I want it to go on off. $1,000 in the bank. Ripping it on off to wedding season, baby. And thank you so much for all support that you guys show. I love you. Enjoy it. I'll see you guys next week. And I really appreciate every single person. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are fantastic. Let's do it, baby. I got to end off on here. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone.
Time again. 'Cause I don't